Greetings. Morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Not bad.
Yeah, to all the Americans and all the West Indians and Africans, wherever you are,
Oh,
we're alive on the drive.
speaking of being West Indian, I've thought about it.
Uh-huh.
We are northeast. We're in the north. Guyana's in the northeast part of South America, right? So we're northeast South American. And then
I
we're
don't know if we'd say Northeast.
it's northeast. Anyway, basically it's north, but northeast. I just want to say that. And we're also West Indian, so we're northeast South American, West Indian.
Jesus.
It's mostly just north though.
Well, you know we're really not West India, right?
I know. It's called West Indies, so
Yeah, because these guys are not Indians.
I know. Why did they call it the West Indies anyway?
Because
Columbus
the-
thought he was in India.
Yeah, didn't know what he was doing. Like
Same
most
thing
of
like
them.
how he thought the Native Americans who basically thought
Yep.
He thought he was on the west side of India.
Yep.
Because if he was sailing from Europe, he thought he would reach the west side of India going around the globe.
I don't
so
know.
he thought the
He thought he'd gone that far at least. I don't know.
But he would be on the west side of India if he went around.
that happened in South America too. I didn't know it happened in South America too.
He arrived, he came to like the Bahamas or some of those islands there. He never actually went to North America, I don't think. This I'm pretty sure. You don't think he went to North America. But he discovered the Americas.
Discovered.
No, he found out about the Americas.
Yes.
I hate the word discover. Like no
Exactly.
one
Like
has seen
no
it
one knew it
before.
was there.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, I guess essentially it was a discovery for him.
Yeah.
It's
Not a
probably
discovery for
discovered
the
from
rest of
us
the world.
Europeans. The people who are already there don't need to discover it. Like they're from there.
And most people then didn't know the world was. Most people then didn't think the world was flat. It wasn't like something he found out. Like if you look at a ship coming in from like on the horizon, you see the top first. I feel like someone would have found that out. I know someone's found that out before then.
Yeah, well, I don't. You know, if you didn't like have a basis for your, your belief, if perhaps you're starting from zero, if you never even thought about the shape of the world, you first have to think about it, right? That this thing has a shape, and why even think about that? The average person is not thinking about that. So I'm sure a lot of people didn't think about it, and then from there,
You look out and
you are
see
you
flat.
can you I don't know if people necessarily imagine it could be a sphere, a ball.
I wonder if they thought the
So-
sun was flat.
That's what I'm
A
saying.
flat
right?
circle.
Yeah. So
Like a rug kind
anyway, that's it's a far way to go really to even like try to figure that out. Your time, your thought process has to be so. You really have to be a student and an observer, And I'm not sure people spent that much time thinking about stuff like that. People are probably trying to figure out how to keep warm, how to
That's how I
find
think in
food,
the shower.
how to grow, things like that.
I start like,
How to protect their crops, how to protect their livestock, where's food coming from next time.
well,
So,
I'm assuming it was the intellectuals.
yeah, obviously they're rich, and I'm gonna tell you guys, me staying at home, I'm telling you, it's a big advantage. I don't know how many more of you have the opportunity to stay at home, but staying at home is not what it sounds like at all,
It's not like you're just sitting around the house.
Yeah, you're always going to be doing stuff, especially if you're you're oriented that way, right? You always want to some project, even when all the house stuff is done, you are doing something because that's if you're made up that way, then then you're like me. Put it that way. Anyhow,
About
um,
mentality.
the whole deal is you'll have time to think about things and think about things like really clearly. Like, and when I say think about things, I'm not talking about approaching them with a biased mindset. I'm talking about visiting them with an open mindset. Like, what's the pros? What's the con? Is this possible? Is it impossible? What will make it success? What will make it fail?
Because you
When you
have
think
time.
about everything, yeah, because I have the time for it, right?
Hmm.
And
I don't know what she's telling me.
I don't know either.
She's not good
Anyway.
at whistling.
Yeah, so,
I mean, she's not good at whispering.
I am good at whistling.
Whispering.
I'm good at whistling, guys.
yeah. Anyway, you know,
Or whispering.
You're either really quiet or you whisper loudly.
the deal is,
In
you
my
know,
ear.
you will learn a lot, and you'll think about things that you never thought about, or would even, you know, if you had the time to talk about it. You're not even gonna try to find a space, you know, to think about some of these things, but you will when you're at home. And what it does for you, man, it creates so much clarity, and of course, it changes your approach to a lot of things, right? I hope when you do come up with a new idea that it does causes you to, you know, act upon it, right? And not just throw away all that you've discovered. But yeah, it's an advantage I feel like I have that a lot of people don't have. You know? It's not just an advantage. I feel like it's a luxury, and it's not about work, right? It's about that space, right? To think instead of being pressured by your boss or on the job or meeting some deadline, right? Instead of doing that, you are thinking clearly about all the things that are one important to you, you know, things that actually make sense for your life and for your family. So if you can somehow set aside that space for yourself, even if it's on a weekend. And you know, it's funny because I don't think about it this way, but I think it's what most people call meditating, right? Yeah, it's just, you know, for example, when I'm out in the garden and I'm digging and I'm setting things up, I think I've shared this before. Huh?
Meditation. Although people say, there's also stuff about it being like spiritual and like deep and like opening up all these parts of yourself, but it's also just like really like deep, thorough thinking.
Yeah, and not even that, right? But it's like it's the thinking without the trying to think. Right? It's an effortless thing. So you're so relaxed. I can get lost. When I say get lost, I can go outside and I'll be in the garden digging, and it'll be dark out there because I'll be out there all the way till night. And it's amazing because, you know, once you're there, you're digging and you're doing whatever, your eyes are constantly adjusting to what you're doing, and someone might come outside and, you know, call me. It's like, hey, you know, like my wife, it's time to come in. And when I lift my head up, you know, to look at her or whatever, you know, when I look back now, I can't see. When I say I can't see, like,
Yeah, because your eyes are just to the light.
yeah, you know,
Darkness and light.
yeah.
Like that.
But and then it's when I would realize how dark it really is. But all that time, you know, I'm seeing because
You're in it.
I was
you're
just in
surrounded
it,
by it.
and I could see, and it's an amazing thing. And I mean, I'm not even talking about, you know, the quality of my vision. It's just because you're so focused,
In the zone.
you're able to block out all the things that are not important and just
We stay in the zone.
yeah, you're in the zone, like Mia said. You know? So gardening has done a lot for me, and you know, even when I'm doing that, I'm thinking about other things, and so much, has become, I've become aware of so much when my hands are in the dirt. And I like to say the dirt has taught me a lot of lessons too. There's things I'm always trying and experimenting with, and it's amazing. I don't think I've ever gone out to the garden without learning something, either about the insects that are there, how things grow. It can be a simple thing as the resilience of a seed, right? Beans. I've found I've found seeds. I've been sitting there, all winter, and then I reached down to pick them up, and they're still hard and protective, and they haven't been harmed or damaged by the environment, and things like that blow me away. That this seed knows that how it needs to be to survive this environment, to make it, and the amazing thing about it, it has the what can I say? It has the data or the information to know that when it's cold like this, it's not time to do what it needs to do, right? To break out and try to grow. And it can be sitting in soil, but it's just not, and there's moisture there and everything. It's not trying to grow at that time. Amazing. And I look at things like that and I think to myself, wow, all of that in this little tiny seed, this little tiny thing that can become this massive thing. And I'm amazed that all that information can be crammed into such a small thing. And it's very much of what we see today, right? In technology, things are getting smaller and smaller. We're able to cram more information into smaller things, right? I mean, think about a clock radio versus now a smartwatch, right? Amazing. But I learned a lot. I look at seeds, and there's seeds of different shapes, and seeds that are designed in such a way. I say design because I feel like whether nature or by some force, these seeds are able to take shapes that help them survive. There's seeds with wings, there's seeds with hooks that attach themselves to the four animals. There's seeds
and pants.
Yes.
And shoes.
Yes. If you've had the sweethearts on your shoes growing up, yeah, we have them here in Georgia too. You walk through the grass and you get to the house, you got to pick them all off your shoes, right? You know what we're talking about, especially Guyanese. We call them sweethearts.
I got blackjack on my pants.
What's blackjack? Oh, okay.
It's like this seed, but it's like thin, and it's like this long. And then it has like two little prongs on it, shaped like a fork almost, but with only two.
Yeah.
And then they like stab into your clothes. And I had like 25, like all on my pant leg, like all here. And then it was like brushing up against my pant, like brushing up against my leg.
Yeah.
And the little points were going through my pants and brushing my leg, and I was like, it hurts, stinging. And then I look down, and I pull up my pant leg, and I don't see anything. And then I look at my pants, and then there's these like little pokey spine things all over my pants.
Yeah, and that's amazing, right? Because it had its
and I did not see the plant anywhere.
Right. So
I couldn't find it when I.
Yeah. So it had its time to attach itself to you. It had its time to go. You moving around. It's working its way into your clothes, right? So it has enough in it to torment you enough for you to stop at some time and take it off, right? So all of a sudden, yeah, you've gotten far enough away, and it's saying, okay, drop me here, in so many words, right, without saying, right? But I think it's just amazing that you see some of them are like spears, like the one from the mangrove, can fall like a spear.
Like a bean shaped.
Yeah,
thing.
shaped like a bean, and it can fall like a spear and get stuck in the soil, on the bottom of the,
Swamp.
You know, the bed of the swamp. Yeah. So
I thought that was cool. It kind of reminds me of like if you stick like some like I feel like this would be like Carmen San Diego or something. You stick it in there and it like extends. Like those pens where you like throw them on the ground and then it shows like a hologram of the person you're talking to. It kind of reminds me of that. Stick it in the ground and then the tree comes out of it.
Yeah. So it's you know it's amazing the things you will find, right? It's so crazy because at one time I want to actually like really get into talking about seeds and you know all your designs and things like that. And like I said, there's some with wings and some that just you know like are weighted so that it can for some that can float, right?
I made a thing
Coconuts.
based off of like one of those seeds that have wings, like maple seeds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's cool because it went all helicopter. It's funny. And then I gave it a parachute, and then that really messed it up. I should still have it.
I told you not to make
The parachute
You
got
ignored me.
no. When it was spinning around, the parachute kept like spinning around too. The string that attached it to the plastic bag that I used as a parachute. And so
Of
it worked.
course
I
it would
had to
spin.
untwist the parachute every time.
So, guys, set aside that time to meditate. I mean, you'll be blown away about what the clarity you can get, right? So, if you can, I know, you know, some of us want to exercise, want to take that time just to, I don't know,
You can meditate
Just
while
not be bothered.
exercising, I guess.
possible.
Yoga.
But you know, the whole meditating thing is about you're not trying to do anything. That's what I found, you know. And you know, I know that there's prayer, but I think there's also how can I put this? A kind of prayer that is like really like meditating instead of praying, in the sense that you're not asking something of someone but you're just projecting, right? Just projecting. You're putting yourself in that space where you know it's like, in other words, like you're making yourself ready, right? You're becoming that good ground for whatever that seed, right?
Like mental
Needs.
preparation.
Right,
for
it's mental
being the
preparation for
person.
whatever you want, right? For whatever you be. I think I was talking to the girls a while back, not too long ago, about just you know, if you want to become something, first you have to decide that that's what you're going to become, you know. You can work towards it. Yeah, of course, that's part of it. But if you haven't decided that's what I want, that's what I'm become, it can be even, you know, tougher for you, because it's not going to happen by, what do you say, osmosis. You know, you have to decide, you know, if you're going to be a good dad, a good husband, a good whatever you want. You have to decide, you know what, that's what I'm going to be. You know? When everything else is telling me to be selfish or do whatever, you know, you want to be, right? You are still saying, no, remember, I'm this person, I'm this guy, you know.
Because not everything you want to be comes naturally.
Yeah, of course, it doesn't, right? It doesn't. There's some things that you and I want to be that it's just actually it's harder for us, right? Some people, it's difficult for them to be nice. Huh? Some people, it's super easy for them to be nice. Nia is, oh gosh, she has a disposition, it's easy for her to be nice. She will give herself away. You have to remind Nia not to give herself away. Yeah?
For me, I have like a degree of like niceness, but after a certain point, I need energy to like be more for people. At a certain point, I just don't have enough energy for that. Like if I've barely gotten any sleep or it's been a long day, I kind of have to like take time for myself and reset before going out and like doing more than what is decent. Like if someone is like in the hallway and they jam their locker, like I'll offer to help them. But on a bad day, I'm not that person sometimes. It just depends on my capacity for the day.
Yeah.
And then there's still certain things I just won't do for people because I have different priorities.
Oh,
Like if someone asks for something
good afternoon.
and I know
like
I'll
4
need
p.m.
it and I have to choose my priorities. And so like, for instance, like I don't have an issue of being too nice. I don't have that problem. I'll be helpful if I can, but I try to like take advantage of what I have when I have it. Like if I have a lot of energy that day, I can spare my time and energy for other people. But when I'm on low energy mode,
Low power mode.
yeah, low power mode, yeah. Like I'm gonna turn off my Wi-Fi. I'm gonna close out some apps.
What I do when I'm on low power mode, and I mean this by devices, I'm never usually like human low power mode. I turn off my ringer. I turn my my phone or my iPad on sleep mode, and then I also lower the light and the brightness and the volume, and I close out apps and tabs. That helps
Also,
me.
one thing I think is just as important as like meditating is sleep.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
sometimes you might not need the sleep as much as you need it at other times. For instance, if you are having a really bad day or feeling really bad, you might need more sleep than if you were just having an okay day.
Yeah.
But also, when you're going through something or like feeling something, and you're in like a not great mindset, meditating doesn't always work, because if you're already in a bad mindset and you keep thinking, it can drag you in deeper, like a negative feedback loop where like sometimes I'll be in a bad space and I'll be trying to like process my issues, but then I'll just think one bad thought and then it's another and then it's another and it's another, and at that point I just go to sleep. When I wake up in the morning, like people's brains process information as they sleep. It's like thinking, but you didn't actively do it. You just wake up and you feel a bit better.
Yeah, it sounds
and
like
you feel like your problems have been solved in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like again, one of the things you mentioned is this whole loop, and I guess that's when you get stuck, right? And you needed to just like break that whatever cycle you got stuck in, and unless you're like super aware that you are stuck, yeah, you're going to be looping, and at that point, the only thing to kind of like break, it's kind of like a reboot, right? When your computer gets tied up, you have to reboot. So that's where
Like
your sleep. That's where the sleep comes in, right? That's your reboot right there.
Like when I realize I'm like in a really like emotional bad state at a time, I will just get everything I need to get done and then I'll go to sleep.
Okay, we're here and I want to tell you. Whenever I'm like really upset, I sit in my room and I sit in front of the mirror and I cry for a while and I think of stuff, and then when I'm like a little less upset, or either when I'm really upset or when I'm a little less upset, I look at myself in the mirror and think about how horrible my face looks right now. My eyes are so red and my face is puffy and the tears streaking my face. And then sometimes I wonder, ooh, what would it look like if I smiled right now? And then I smile and then you're like, no, I'm upset right now. And then I might stay upset for the rest of the day, or after that I just go to sleep. And then I wake up and then I'm like, yay!
Oh my goodness. Alright guys, it's
I think
8.
the smiling thing is kind of funny.
Yeah, it is. It's 8:18.
Okay.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Okay. Bye, I love you.
Oh, bye. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Oh, it's cold.
It's
Yes,
always
yes,
cold.
Yes. Another 28
Levy.
degrees freezing out here. But we got a school. We got to school. That's what we do. That's what this drive is all about. So, yeah, meditating is spending that time alone and you hear Rahama talking about being caught in that loop. It's really, she doesn't understand it yet. The meditating is really about not thinking. It's not about thinking about something. She doesn't quite understand that yet. But it's being able to it's an attempt to not think, right? Just to be. It's an attempt to just be. And that's difficult, and you can only achieve that by focusing on things like your breathing, and that's and you often help by closing your eyes, right? And the amazing thing is that's what sleep does, right? It closes your eyes. So of course Rahama doesn't understand that yet, but she doesn't realize that's what's happening. But our bodies are amazing like that, and we can see that happening just automatically, right? Or falling asleep after being in this stressful state, whether it's done by the chemicals produced by her stressing over whatever. I'm just amazed at it all. Don't know how it all works. Don't have the answer. Can't explain it all, but I tell you what, I'm just blown away by that. By the whole, the whole process, right, of what happens. But yeah, if you can find that space, find that time to meditate, it's powerful stuff. Really, really powerful stuff. Again, it just creates so much clarity, and it's a chance for you to actually it's you actually spending your time, but not spending your time, but it's like gaining your time. I think it's like gaining your time. A lot of time, whether you use time or not, it's gone, right? Our time is gone. But I feel like when you meditate, it's a way for you to kind of like get to keep your time because of what you're doing with your mind. You're actually using it. It's like feeding your mind. It's like nourishment, right? I think when we're thinking about whatever, I feel like we're burning up energy. It's like fuel, right? But when you meditate, you're actually feeding the mind. Instead of the mind burning up something, you're actually feeding the mind something. You're fattening your mind. Let's put it that way. So, it's a beautiful thing, and I hope that every one of you out there get a chance to take some kind of break, whether it's on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. I really do hope you get a chance to just sit down, right? And it's just super healthy, right? Just really, really healthy for you, for us to do this. So, meditation. I really do feel like that's what being at home has allowed me, and it's given back to me. That perhaps so many of us would probably, I think, do better if we have this space, if we're able to live in that space. Huh? I know many brilliant people, but for the most part, they are stuck, right? Because they are spending their time getting up every day and going to somebody's job and making someone else wealthy. And really dynamic people who have all kinds of skills and talents. But instead of using those talents to produce for ourselves, we're using them to produce for other people. Now, sometimes not even people, corporations, right? Anyway, I'm gonna leave this here. It's definitely been more than a half an hour, and as usual, I just want to say, you guys have a great day. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, put yourself first, and perhaps the challenge today is for you to find some time to meditate. And it's nothing fancy. It's not. Some people are afraid of when they hear the word meditate. They think you are doing something supernatural, and like you're worshiping some other god. And I know there's some Christian groups that, when they hear things about yoga and all, they think you are doing something, ungodly or whatever. But I think it's the opposite way around. I think it's a very spiritual thing. It's great for you. So if you can get that time, set it aside and take it. It's very, very healthy for you. And meditate, man. It's nothing. And again, it's the whole idea is about effortless. If you just focus on your breathing alone, then half the battle is done, because it means you're not focusing on all the other things in the world that stresses us out. We live in a world where there's lots of, like right now, there's lots going on. What are you gonna do, right? We know that we cannot change most of these things, right? So there's some we're able to, and there's some we're just not going to. We're so far from some of it, and thank goodness sometimes we're sheltered from it, and perhaps there's a reason for that in itself. But I am grateful for the space I'm in right now, for all the things it's allowing me to learn, and I hope you are also. So hey guys, take care, and I will talk at you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening, Mr. Kwana. Let me know if you need to chat about anything. I'm working on the project. Just when I get home this morning, still morning for us. I'm going to attempt fixing that logo. I don't know if I mentioned to you, but graphic design is what I do, and I picked it up while it's funny because I didn't study graphic design. I studied journalism, which forced me to use some design tools, and I just picked up design and I started designing. I kind of understood, the whole idea of communicating with graphics, and I actually took a few graphic courses in college. What was it called? It's when I was studying architecture, design communication, and helped a lot. Studying journalism helped a lot. So I have a minor in journalism. So all of these things I've put to my use, and yeah. So I'm gonna mess with that logo this morning, and hopefully change that vessel, make it look more like a noun. So I'm gonna give it my attempt, and I'll be sending that to you. All right, guys. Again, take care, and I will talk at you tomorrow. Bye.